are just opinions, so don't take it personally. Just because we don't like it, you can still be happy. Enjoy what you like, you're an adult. Yeah. BWN Productions, mass plus props and costume work. If you want a monster name, contact BWN Productions. Fast custom shirts, hundreds of t-shirts, all at reasonable prices. If you need custom work, contact Fast Custom Shirts. Grab a cold one and get ready for the show. It's intended for mature audiences because we kid and joke. Boy God is here and so is Tom and Joe.
Hey, kid and joke. Tom BOYGOB is here. And so is Tom. And so is Joe.
Yeah, I was wrapped up in the song again myself, so almost missed. Oh, popping them open, popping them tops.
Yeah. Grab a cold one. The song said to do it, you know. And it's a cold one today, Tom. Yep. Ate some old soup, you know, some of the new Campbell's spicy versions that they're out there. And this one doesn't seem to be sitting well on the old tummy. So I probably shouldn't be having this beer, but you know, I figure it'll calm my stomach if it gets something familiar in there.
Do you have something akin to Montezuma's Revenge?
Not yet, but it if I start a bubbling, I may have to excuse myself.
To violently shit in a bucket?
Yes.
Nice. So you guys got snow, huh?
No, not at all.
Really?
No, see, after you had last week you mentioned, oh, we're getting this big storm, you know, Arctic front coming in. I was like, are we? And I looked and it's like, oh yeah, but it's riding the coast. So it's gonna hit Houston, it's gonna hit Corpus. You know, Corpus got some ice and shit. We didn't get any of that. It was cold as fuck. But the sun was out and was still able to go to work. For some reason, UPS wasn't able to go to work. You know, yesterday, today, who knows about tomorrow? Who knows these fucks? But I'm getting behind my schedule, Tom. My already tight fucking schedule.
So tight.
But you guys were out there building snowmans and, you know, having snowballs fights and going around the old sleds and stuff.
Back like the good old days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was kind of surreal. I woke up at 3:30.
Your usual time?
Yes. Because Lori had to go to work and we're just like, I mean, we're kind of going to play it by ear to see if you're actually going to go to work or not.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's significantly snowing and there's going to be absolutely no road maintenance done on this thing. And I'm glad I said, nope, better call this one a wash and call in because we got like 4-5 inches, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And it'll be gone tomorrow. I'll be melted the fuck away.
Yeah. So we got that like the week before, you know, and so I'm guessing you guys just couldn't drive anywhere, couldn't do shit, huh?
Yeah, if this was a northern state, you know, it wouldn't have been a deal because they would have had like a sweeper or something out on the roads to move everything.
Yeah.
But since it's because we are where we are, I ain't trusting that shit or anybody else in it. So
Right. And our roads are different from what they're made out of and shit up north. So, yeah, it's a whole different thing, you know. Call us pussies if you will. But let's see you fucking walk around in a 110-degree temperature. That shit ain't nothing to me, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I was planning to take the day off, and I ended up doing everything, Joe. Started the old spreadsheet for the taxes, got a couple months of deductibles in there, worked on the old album. It's coming along swimmingly. We'll have I think I'll reach that goal of 5 unheard songs to be just put on the album and released then. So
An EP then.
no, it'll have like all the other good shit
Oh,
that
okay.
was released, like the hit King Kong in Hong Kong. That classic will be on there.
Hmm.
But yeah, the one today was pretty good. And then I trimmed about 20 masks and dremeled about 15 of them. So I got a bunch of shit for Trans World to do, and then February will be booked up with AXE stuff. And I was about to say worldwide tour. That would be nice, but even better, they're having a North American tour, a US tour. It's like 30 some countries, no, states. So maybe they're playing near you. So check that out. ALLAZULEELLU.
Yeah, they are somewhere around here. I forgot. Dutch pointed it out to me. So we'll see if those dates coincide. I do think that Corpus date is really, really odd. The venue, anyway, because that's a tiny place. But best of luck. Best of luck to the boys.
I mean, I met them at a place they were playing in Austin, and it was like a coffee shop, I think. Is that comparable to what you're talking about in Corpus?
Probably. I mean, it's a real bar, so
Is it okay?
yeah. And bands do play there, but I think they're a little bigger, I guess, than the bands that come through there. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't been anywhere in Corpus in a long time, so I hope it does well for them. I hope they've got the fan base there too.
For
When I
sure.
lived there, I didn't know them, so who knows?
Yeah, I mean, even if they were playing a fucking porta potty, I think it's commendable as shit. They're doing a fucking US tour,
Yeah,
everything
cool.
in house, and just everything done by then. Fucking win, lose, or draw. Like, that's fucking commendable as shit, and showing people, you're putting your money where your mouth is,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever the fucking.
You got to get out there,
Hell yeah. So that's fucking dope, and I hope it fucking works out swimmingly.
Mhm.
There I go with the swimmingly again, because I'm a fruit.
Yeah. Well, you're Caucasian.
Oh shit. So Joe, I guess we just get into this because I got some stuff. I don't know what. Everybody who was looking for fucking clips, sorry, Restream spit us out another fucking wacky video file. I emailed the people at Restream this time. They said, we'll look into it. A few days later, we're still looking into it. We have no possible idea what could have happened. And again, bringing it into the editing program, it's fine. Like the big file is fine. Bring it into an editing program and export that. It's the same thing where it's off sync. It's fucking crazy. So fingers crossed for this one, Joe. I can't wait to everybody to click on the review for the hit motion picture Dukes of Hazzard, the movie. Have you heard of this, Joe?
I saw this quite a while back, I think. That's when Jessica Simpson was still like a thing.
Yeah, and being how I look, I shouldn't say anything. I don't get the appeal, Joe. She had a strong face. The face of a strong woman, Joe. So yeah, what could be said about the Dukes of Hazzard that hasn't been said about any other? movie you've ever seen. So this is directed by Jay Chandrasekhar, the engine from Broken Lizard, and he has the Broken Lizard people sprinkled throughout here. And I guess this is making it in Hollywood. You make your funny independent movies, and then they pluck you out to make soulless bullshit, and then kick you to the curb when an obvious thing that isn't going to do well doesn't do well.
Yeah.
And that's like the classic story of this movie, pretty much. Very, very of its time. You got the two lead roles is I think his name is Sean William Scott. Does that sound? It's probably right on here,
Yeah, I
Joe.
think that's right.
That is. And Johnny Knoxville, who I don't like. I think all that jackass shit sucks. Always have, always will.
Was never a fan, you know.
No. And it sucks that it's kind of critic proof because they called it Jackass. So you want to say that shit, but it's like, oh, you sons of bitches knew what you were doing. I fucking hate you even more now.
Yeah.
I just don't get the appeal, but Burt Reynolds is in it. Whatever. Willie Nelson's in it. Fuck him, dude. If he didn't smoke weed, nobody would give a fuck. He's just this fucking goofball. It's like, oh yeah, this is what making it is. You're like a fucking goofball who they just wheel you out, like Snoop Dogg, like that kind of shit. It's just like, all right, you, Martha Stewart, Richard Simmons, you're all in the same kind of goofball clique where they just wheel you out to be dancing monkeys and shit. And
I mean, I like a lot of Willie Nelson's music, but when he's in something like this or anything as a cameo, just to be an old fucking stoner or some shit, yeah, it's dumb. It's fucking pointless. Maybe two people in the theater are gonna get a kick out of that shit, you know?
yeah, it's just going for that crowd where weed is life. I don't know. This is just very is what it is. Middle of the road. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, my sister gave me a box of DVDs. This was one of them, and I was like, oh, hey, this is technically a Broken Lizard movie, and I've never seen it because I never gave a fuck about a Dukes of Hazzard, and Joe still don't.
You know what? I think like my neighbors had given me a box of DVDs too, and this was in it. Yeah.
Was it unrated?
Yes. Yeah, it was an unrated version. Not like there's any tits in it or anything.
No, yeah, there are.
There are there? I don't remember.
Yeah. There's at least 12.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I used to watch the show when I was a kid, but you only had 3 fucking channels back then. You would watch whatever the best of the 3 that was on, you know? So that was like a hit show. So the other networks will, yeah, let's throw our just fucking junk on because we can't compete against this fucking hillbilly shit that everybody's into. This, you know, these, I guess it was on 2 or 3 years. I don't know.
So what the fuck is this? What was this show even?
It was just about 2 dudes that had a car, and I guess the mayor of the town was trying to get their farm all the time or some shit.
That's kind of the synopsis of this movie. I mean, this is fucking so dumb. Like, who gives a fuck? I'm not going to talk about the movie anymore because fuck it. But
Fuck it, you know, I did like the theme song. I still do. It's on one of my playlists. Just the good old boys. Never meaning no harm. Fucking A, dude. Waylon Jennings.
I'll say this though. The one they got for this remake movie, whatever the fuck it is at the end, Project Pat, he did it up, dog. Yep.
Project Pet.
Never heard of him.
2025.
All right, Joe. And then after that, I watched the hit. That's how you know it's good motion picture from the fine Fine, folks. Where? Severin Films, Joe. Extraterrestrial Visitors. Have you heard of it?
I have heard of this one just when they were promoting it, though. I'd never heard of it before, and I didn't order it.
Well, Joseph, if I can call you that, even though that isn't your name, but neither is Joe. This was started out as like a killer alien movie, but then E.T. came out and did really well. So they said, hey, let's make this a kids movie. But they really didn't, Joe. So I popped this nice Blu-ray into the old PlayStation. Got about 5 minutes in and it was fucking up.
Not good. I guess Tom's frozen. Well, speaking of frozen, because it is very cold out where he is, and that's
I said, oh,
affecting
that
he's back. He's back. He got rid of old Mr. Freeze and is back.
Oh, I hope that doesn't mean everything's going to be out of sync now. Fuck, can't win any of them, Joe, but that's all right. So then I put this thing in the actual Blu-ray player. Same thing happened.
Yeah, so Tom is having some technical difficulties, and we'll put it down to the old restream. I don't recommend this service,
at
but
the same
maybe
spot.
Tom does. You know, he's the one that brought us here, probably due to financial concerns, and he's back, I think.
Oh, it sucks. What are you gonna do, Joe? Not have a smooth recording, I'll tell you that.
Hell no, I guess.
Maybe that's what we got to do. We got to say, hey, Hordecast, we appreciate you guys being the only ones tuning in every week live, but maybe we just go to record and then upload this thing later. Maybe that'll solve the problems, but we'll see after this, Joe. I did solve my problems because luckily they had this movie on Tubi. Can you believe it? A movie of this quality on Tubi? Ah, shit. Well, they failed at making this a kids movie for sure. There's nudity in it. There's swearing in it. There's smoking and drinking in it.
Just like the Dukes of Hazzard.
Just like the fucking Dukes of Hazzard, Joe. But I think the only thing they cut was the kills, like right before there was any gore or anything. I think, oh, now cut it now. I guess they were half French, half Spanish or some shit, so they were all confused. But I don't know. Like a lot of this takes place in the forest, and the forest is on fire or something, because there's just smoke billowing in and just smoke, and they're just camping like it's fucking nothing. It's weird as shit. Trumpy, that's the name of the fucking alien. It's because it's supposed to be like an elephant looking thing, but it looks more like a fucking, like a used up Euro cone fell on the ground of a barber shop. Kind of anteater-ish. I mean, if you like bad movies, give it a shot, because it is kind of like, what the fuck? What is this? This is shit. And I was doing a little bit of research. It was like, oh, Mystery Science Theater covered. It's like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. That crowd would probably get a little bit more out of this than I did. But I mean, I had a good couple laughs at it, but it's only 84 minutes and it's a bit of a slog. And the ending's like the most unfulfilling ending I've ever seen. There's two aliens. Trumpy's the good one. He's romping around with the kid. And the other alien's going around killing people because a poacher smashed all its eggs. And, oh, people are attacking me, so I'm going to kill these people. And the kid fucking takes Trumpy off into the woods. And he's just like, hey, you have to go now. You have to just go so no one will ever hurt you again. You have to go home. And you think like he's gonna beam off into the fucking sky or some shit, like you would in an ET ripoff like this. But the kid just says, "Oh, all right, you're not gonna go, then I'm gonna go." And he like pushes Trumpy like a bully, like, "Yeah, fuck you, bitch. I'm leaving." And then the kid fucking walks off to his family. He's just like, "Oh, I'm here. The alien's gone." And they fuck off. And then you just kind of see Trumpy's silhouette standing there, and that's it. It just ends there. What the fuck is that? What happened? Nothing? Oh, okay. Fuck us all, I guess. Extraterrestrial visitors, terrific. Would recommend. Go and fucking pay $55 for it at sevenfilms.com. Well worth the money. The disc will play, guaranteed.
So tell us all about them special features.
If the fucking movie wouldn't play, there's a CD soundtrack single.
Hey, you should have put that on.
Yeah, because I remember the fucking theme song vividly. It was that good.
Just a good old Trumpy.
Joe, I watched the hit motion picture that you ranted and raved about a year or two ago, and I said, "Gosh darn it, I have to see this film." So I rushed out and bought the Made in Hong Kong DVD set, and I watched Erotic Nightmare. Do you remember this one, Joe?
I remember a bit of it. Yeah, this is a guy that his wife's not giving it up to him, so he's dreaming of sleeping with the school kids.
And it's a classy movie, so he wakes up and you see a big load of cum in his pants.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, old boy, what's his name? Anthony Wong. Does that sound right?
Hmm?
They go, so Tony Wang, he's having these fuck dreams, and a Shang Tsung comes up to him and says, "Hey, buddy, let me see your hand." And then he gives him like a naked geisha tattoo or something on his hands. And he says, "This one's free, but I'll see you later." And then you know what happens, Joe? Of course you do, because you've seen the movie. But for the people out there who haven't, these fuck dreams, now he can feel them, I guess. I mean, I don't know how it's different than a normal dream besides, Shang Tsung's kind of like Freddy Krueger, where he can go in the guy's dreams too. But it's kind of just like a regular dream because, I mean, when you're having a fuck dream, you think you're fucking and you think it feels like you're fucking. So I don't know what the difference would be. But fuck all that shit, Joe, because when he's in his fucking tripped out fuck dream, he's killing somebody. Killed his mama, killed his fucking wife, and all because of fuck dreams. And then he dies. And then the movie should be over. But they say, "Fuck you. Here's a third act with a character you never met, but he's out for revengeance to get fucking revengeance for his brother, who we just witnessed the first hour and 10 minutes or so of the movie." And then
Back from an island or some shit to get revenge.
I
He
think,
some dream magical shit himself, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Joe. And the dream magical shit that he does to get revenge on Shang Tsung is he has a bunch of jungle black guys fuck him to death.
Hey, that's vengeance. It's like, yep, bring on the black guys.
You can't make this shit up, Joe, unless you're Chinese and you're making a movie.
Yeah, here's your dream. You're gonna be in blacked.
Rest in peace to the whole.
Hmm.
It's got some funny shit in it for sure, but at the end of the day, it's another one of these movies that was made before whatever pornography you wanted was readily available in the palm of your hand. So, like, I don't want to say half of the movie. So, let's say like 49% of the movie is like soft core fuck scenes with youngish looking ladies that are probably of age, and then really odd looking Anthony Wong going, oh, oh, he looks like fucking Morocco mole's about to bust a nut show. That's because Morocco mole is a stereotype, you see.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's worth a watch if you like weird shit. This probably would have worked better as like part of an anthology movie or an episode of some kind of anthology show or something. I mean, the last act of the movie is just like, and then this would probably be like a sequel thing
Yeah,
or
it's a
something.
fight. They're fighting in the dream world.
It's weird. If you want like Wishmaster 5 fucking wishy sexed up Chinese adventure, check it out.
Better version than Dream Warriors, I would say. But I haven't watched that since I was like fucking 16 or 17, so I don't know.
Well, I would probably say that what's this movie called? Erotic Nightmare?
Hmm.
More black people in it than the Dream Warriors. Mm. Classic. Can't wait to see the next one.
I remember the next one being shitty.
The next one I think is Demon Baby, and that's the one that I wanted to see.
Okay, well, what's the third one?
The serial killer one where his head's like wrapped in a sock or some shit.
Yeah, I thought that was the second one, but yeah, I don't know. I thought Erotic Nightmare was the best of them.
I got it because of the price. I'm pretty sure I did not pay over 20 shipped for it. So for 3 movies that probably are just going to be.
Yeah, I think I got it on sale. But one thing that I did get on sale, which I'm pretty sure this is their regular price, is I went ahead and said fuck it and ordered all the Haunts VRs 2. So I'll start reviewing those once that comes in. Once they get the Black Friday orders out, then I'm sure I'll get mines.
Thoughts and prayers.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joe. Speaking of Blu-rays and what have you, I watched the hit motion picture Demolition Man. Have you heard of it?
I have heard of this movie.
Have you seen it?
I saw it a long time ago and really never wanted to watch it again.
Yeah, this is along the lines of Congo for me,
Hmm.
where it's like, what the fuck is this? Man, does it suck, but I like it. What's this about? Stereotypical action guy. He gets cryogenically frozen for just the dumbest fucking charges that no one would ever be arrested and sentenced to fucking cryostasis for. But it's a movie and it has to happen. And the serial killers that he's chasing, he gets frozen too. They both thaw out in this brave new world, and everybody's woke, Joe. You know what else they are? They're broke because they went woke. Remember when that was a thing people were trying to Oh, so in this one, a bunch of broke bitches are living in the subway system because they're rebelling against this new glorious whatever where everybody's nice and happy and probably fucking autistic. And old Wesley Snipes, he plays Simon Says, the bad guy.
He plays Dennis Rodman. And they should have just fucking got Dennis Rodman, but I think
No, they shouldn't have.
way too tall to star opposite Sylvester Stallone, who I may be taller than. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they on the commentary they said in one of the scenes, like the guys playing security guards walking old Rambo to his tank or whatever, they were like towering over him, so they just had to find the shortest crew people they could to play the fucking. So it's just bullshit, future polite world, and you got these fucking two gruff cavemen from the past duking it out in the future, and hilarity ensues. It's bullshit, but I like bullshit like it's big budget bullshit, and it's funny. I always remember old Blades sticking that pencil in that fucker's eye, and whew, look at that, I got your eye. That's how I'm doing the retinal scanner. You get it? Doesn't look as good as it used to, but whatever. I saw this shit when I was like, what, 7
I'm
or
sure
some shit?
Bullcock doesn't look as good as you remember either.
uh, I mean, I never got the appeal of her as an actress, but she wasn't really in movies that I gave a fuck about besides this. But I'm just like, oh yeah, I guess she's a pretty lady, you know. Average Jane, is that what you would say?
Yep.
So yeah, Robin Schneider, he's in it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's
I thought that was Dredd or Judge Dredd.
both. He's in both
Huh.
of them.
Does he play the same character?
Yeah, I think he's a carrot in both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's silly fucking stupid bullshit. And if you like silly, stupid fucking bullshit, you'll probably dig this. This release has a commentary with the director and a writer, which is crazy because in like shit like this, the director's usually like, I don't want to have anything to do with talking anymore about these movies. But no, it was candid. You know, they were laughing about it and saying, oh, you know, this is good. This is kind of whatever. So the commentary track was interesting. There's 2 interviews on there with 2 different effects guys. That was pretty good. There's a bunch of good shit. I watched it all, but I forgot a lot of it. There's 2 cuts of the movie, the Taco Bell and the Pizza Hut cut. You got your fucking slipcase. Oh, you got your little box. Shit, there's more stuff in there. I was going to throw it and shit will fly out. You got some stickers, which will never be used. They'll probably just get all crumpled up when I try and put shit back in here. You got a poster, I guess, to shoot cum on. You got a book. And then you got your Blu-ray. Actual Hollywood movie with name actors that you heard of before. All this extra shit you don't need. A hard box, a slipcase to go over that box, Joe. $25 plus tax.
A couple of things about this movie. I don't remember the Taco Bell or the Pizza Hut promotion, but I know Marvel did a comic book adaptation for it, which I might have it. I don't know. I might have been in a collection that I fucking bought or something. So I'll look for that so I can sell the fuck out of it. And then I think Sting did the song, which was a fucking weird the Demolition Man.
Yeah, it is fucking out of place as shit and does not fit at all. Cause you don't mess with the Demolition Man, something like that. And it's just like, why don't you go jump in the fucking Gulf of America, you fuck? We don't play that shit over here. Yeah, that was out of place as fuck. And yeah, the 3 seashells shit, everybody, the Horde cast is asking, oh, how do the 3 seashells work? I guess the writer was just talking to one of his buddies, just like, "Hey, I'm thinking of this futuristic thing. Just give me anything." Was just like, "Well, I'm in the bathroom right now, and my wife has these 3 seashell decorations right here. All right, say no more." So there was no more thought than that he put into it. So
Shows how little I remember of this movie.
yeah, it was like you use clams to wipe your fucking ass or some shit because they don't use toilet paper anymore.
Hmm.
I think they called it Perlin, but I could be wrong, Joe. Or those are oysters. Is that how you say that word? Oyster? Fuck. But yeah, sure, I got it on sale, part of the Barnes and Noble 50% off sale. Uh, would I pay $50 for that? Probably not, but it was on my thing that, yeah, as soon as they have a 50% off sale, I'm picking it up, and $25 for all that fucking bullshit. That's pretty fucking good, especially with how much these things are costing nowadays. So,
So did you order or did you go to a Barnes and Noble?
luckily for me, Amazon price matches Barnes and Noble. So I got it the next day, even though I probably should have ordered it from Barnes and Noble so they could stay in business and shit. I wanted it soon so I could, still wait a few days after I got it to watch it.
Probably could have got a free bag with it if you'd have gone to a Barnes and Noble.
I think that promotion's over and they burned the rest that they had left over. I think they let bums sleep in them, Joe. Everybody forgot to hand them out, so they just gave them to the bums afterwards. Ah, hard out there for a pimp, Joe.
Sure fucking is.
Well,
Well, speaking of which, Tom, I watched a movie. I watched the controversial film Hardcore from 1979 or 8, maybe. Hey, and Tom has the Intervision Indicator release. I didn't know they fucking put it out. How about that? Uh, yeah, I saw this movie a long time ago. Thought it was pretty badass. Uh, I watched this
I thought the movie Hardcore was pretty badass.
shit badass. Um, this is about a guy that lives in Grand Rapids, Michigan. You're familiar with that area, right, Tom? It
Yep.
is a very white bread type place. You know, everybody goes to church. They are, I forgot what he said, some kind of Lutheran, maybe some kind of Orthodox bullshit.
Some predestination shit there, Joe.
Predestination is their thing. And George C. Scott, he's got a furniture store, so he's raking in some cash. It's just him and his daughter, and his daughter's going on a church trip to old California.
Takes it. Oh, I'm gonna send you off and see you off on the bus. You go and enjoy this trip. Little did he know he was putting her on the bang bus.
Well, she gets to California, does the old Knott's Berry Farm thing, and well, she disappears from there, Tom. Like nobody knows where the fuck she's at, and he's like, "Well, I guess I got to go to California, try to find her, talk to some cops or whatever." Cops, they are no help, man. Hey, kids go missing here all the time, old man. Just go to Grand Rapids. Hey, fuck it. I'm gonna get a private dick. Help me. And the private dick is played by old Peter Boyle, and hey, this is a guy that he didn't make it on his looks. This guy's got some talent, just like old George C. himself. This guy didn't make it on his looks. I don't know how old he is here, but he looks like he's in his fucking 60s or something. And
You know what else he was in? The hit show Puchinsky.
oh, that's old Peter Boyle, yes,
That's
of
correct.
fame. Yeah. Um Well, anyway, he puts this guy on the case. Here's nothing for about a month or so. And then finally, old Pachinski goes to Grand Rapids and says, hey, I rented out this theater. I got to show you something.
Hey, George C. Scott, I got a question for you. You like porno movies?
Yeah, you ever seen pornos? Oh, no. No, it's, it's like, yes, I've heard of them. You mean like stag films? Yeah, stag films. Well, anyway, I mean, the guy could have just told him, hey, porno film that no, he
Daughter's getting spit roasted by a couple of moes.
just shows him the movie. And
It's terrific. If you ever wondered where that "Stop It" gif came from, that's this movie.
turn
That's this movie.
it
Uh,
off.
I'm not a father, and I don't want to think about seeing my niece in this situation because she's very young, Joe. But
Happen.
that probably wouldn't be an awesome thing to go through.
Mm-mm.
No.
And you can rent theaters, I think, a lot easier now, but it would be like a big area, and it would be, I don't know, it'd be weird, rent the old fucking Cinemark, the smaller theater, but still, it'd be weird.
I mean, even if you were going to a fucking whack off theater, how the fuck are like, oh, someone else is here, like everybody's trying to sit behind everybody, but that can't happen because you're all just sitting in the back row whacking off in a line. Then why would you go to this place and how would it work? I guess just again because shit wasn't readily available, so you had to go to a musty carpeted poorly ventilated box to go come with other men.
Hmm.
Rest in empowerment, Pee Wee and Fred Willard.
He goes to California, says, well, the guy says, well, I'm gonna find her. He doesn't hear from her a while, says, hey, you know what, I'm gonna go fucking down there myself, and I'm gonna learn the lingo. I'm gonna learn how they dress. I'm gonna learn everything about it, because Peter Boyle's just fucking around, really. He's on the case, but he's also, trying to get his fuck on with some of these porn whores. And well, fucking George C. Scott fires him. Says, well, I'll go from fucking porn shop to porn shop.
He doesn't just fire him, he fucking fires him and steals his house.
Kicks him out of his own house, cock blocks him, and kicks him out of his own house.
This is my house now.
Now he's doing the legwork himself, and talks to some porn people and says, well, shit, I got to start dressing different. I can't wear these fucking suits I always been wearing. Let me get some more trendy LA type shit, with the big collars and stuff, and he meets this other whore, and she's like helping him find her too, and this whore's kind of like, well, maybe he's gonna take me with him to Grand Rapids after this is all done, and I don't know. He gets upset and puts out his own casting call, trying to find the guys that were fucking his daughter in that one
This
porn.
is the best scene in the movie. This son of a bitch puts on brown face and a mustache and a wig. He looks just like some greasy fucking wop. And then all these dudes are coming in to his fucking place and showing him their cock and shit. And then fucking, my name Big Dick Black. I'm your man. What the fuck you mean I don't have the job? It's just not what we're looking for.
Yeah, he just said, no, we're not hiring any soul brothers. Sorry. This is not that movie. I'll call you when we make that movie. I mean, come on. I guess he couldn't ad lib, or else he would have thrown that shit on. Old George C is better than some of the lines he's given in this movie. Yeah, so he beats that guy up and still.
No, he doesn't beat the black guy up.
No, he beats the actor guy that comes in.
What's the actor guy's name, Joe?
I don't know.
Jism Jim.
That's right.
How do you forget? You can't forget a name like Jism Jim. Oh, some people call me Jism Jim. Huh, I bet they do, Mophead. I bet they fucking do. And then he fucks him up with a lamp. That whole scene's fucking awesome.
Hour.
Oh shit, looking like fucking Luigi Mario. Son of a bitch.
Then his brother-in-law, old fucking Darren from Bewitched, comes in and says, "Hey, Peter Boyle, find my brother-in-law. He's, going crazy in this town." And Peter Boyle says, "Yeah, it's gonna be $750 a week, motherfucker." And he's back on the case, Tom. And then I don't know. He goes to more places, finds out that his daughter's been in old TJ with a guy named, what's his name, Rectum or something.
Ramrod. He goes to a bunch of houses of ill repute and chats it up with a bunch of whores and, learns it's all about money and how depraved and everything works. And this God-fearing man is thrust into the seedy underbelly. And he's not too happy about the shit, though. But gosh darn it, he needs his kid back, so.
His daughter's with a guy named Rattan. like a couch or a recliner or something. And this buddy's scared of him, Tom. He's like the baddest fucking pimp. You want some depraved shit, he'll do it. So he goes and watches one of these movies that Rattan has made in Mexico. And what happens in this movie is a Mexican gets killed. Nobody cares about that. And then there's some whore in like a leather mask type thing. And does he kill her? I don't remember. It's all fucking. It's pretty weak. This is supposed to be a very shocking moment in the film, and maybe it was in '79. But we've all seen snuff films since then. They're pretty common. So not a big deal. He goes back. They find Rattan, Tom. They find his daughter. Oh shit! He has a big fight with old Rattan in this fucking cardboard dungeon. And they're busting through all the walls, and he's beating the shit out of Rattan.
No, that was Todd.
Todd?
Yeah. That was Todd who he was going to. Rattan's like the porno producer you fucking talked to at the beginning. But that, I guess, is his fucking director name is Rotund or whatever the fuck.
Well, I thought Todd was the other guy in the film, but...
No, Todd was the fucking goofy white guy who was just like, "Oh, I could show you this movie. Come back here," the guy he met with at the fucking porno theater or whatever the fuck. And then Rotund or whatever, that's like the white dude who was making the fucking porno movies where he's just like, "Hey, I got this $50,000. I want to invest in fucking skin flicks."
No,
that guy.
That wasn't that guy. But anyway, that don't fucking matter. No, Tommy, watch it again and you'll see how wrong you are. But anyway, he fights this guy, throws him around, and the guy runs through the street, and Peter Boyle just shoots him in the back.
Because he's a tough guy.
He's a private investigator, and they can do that shit. Turns out, old George C.'s daughter left on her own. She wanted to be there. She did all those things. She was tired of living in a Christian society that was full of shit, Tom. And he says, "Well, you want to go back home? Okay." The end.
Oh, shit's pretty good. I laugh a lot when I watch it.
It's a crazy movie. It's like this guy, Paul Schrader, the guy that directed it and wrote it, he wrote Taxi Driver, which is about the seamy side of the city, how the city will just get to you, Tom, and make you crazy. And he didn't direct that one. Oh, Martin Scorsese. He directed that shit. So he said, "No, I'm directing I'm going to write the same thing, but in L.A." and I'm gonna make it grittier and harder, and I'm directing it. Uh, it's not the classic that Taxi Driver is. It's definitely not as classy a movie, but it's fun. It's yeah, it's not intended to be fun, but yeah, like Tom said, you'll get some laughs out of this shit for sure.
And I like this more than Taxi Driver. I think Taxi Driver fucking sucks.
I
This
was
one's
not a
pretty good.
Taxi Driver, but this is not pretentious. You know, this I think he was trying to make a much better movie than he was capable of with this. You know, but that's the kind of shit I like. I like a lot of garbage, and this is a different kind of garbage because it's got some people that can act in it. Like George C. Scott, he's trying his hardest with this shit, and he's good. He's real good, but the script is not there. He's, you know, there's a lot of stupid dialogue. You know, I think he's outacted this time by Peter Boyle. You know, I think Peter Boyle is fucking great as the sleazy detective dude. He's just he's bizarre. Like I said, he keeps doing shit like, hey, let me just show you this film and not tell you, not even fucking prep you for what you're gonna see. Let's just fuck your head up.
George C. Scott's like, yeah, you like doing this shit, don't you? Peter Boyle's like, no, not at all. And his daughter fucking looked like a crack whore from the jump.
Yeah, she
I
did.
don't know if that's why they cast her or what, but from the first time you see her, it's like, God damn, is she gonna run away and start sucking every cock in the room? Yep.
And he does end up leaving that whore behind. You know, he doesn't take her back with him to
Yeah. Peter Boyle's like, you don't love these hoes. Go on now. You don't belong here. Forget about that bitch, like everybody in her family did. Cold-blooded.
Yeah, if you've never seen it, I think it's on Tubi until the end of the month. You got a few more days until it pops up somewhere else, but that's why I watched it, because I always look at the Leaving Soon segment on Tubi. So check it out while you can.
I thought for sure you had the Kino release because they just got it.
I remember it was released way, way back in the day, and back when Best Buy had a lot of good shit. And like I bought some other shit that day on the Wednesdays that we would go and get fucking the new releases, or Tuesday, whatever the fuck day it was.
Tuesday.
And I thought, well, shit, I'll come back for that next week. I only got so much money, you know, and went back, Tom, and it wasn't there. And I never found another copy, and I didn't know Kino had put it out, and I didn't know Integrator or whoever the fuck you got yours from put it out either.
Yeah, mine's Region B. So at the time, that was the only way to get it. Like
What?
Kino just like recently put it out.
Oh, okay. What kind of features does that have?
Oh, probably nothing worth a fuck.
Yeah, they're not talking to George C. Scott or Paul Schrader, are they?
Nope. A Guardian interview with Paul Schrader. All right, I guess there. Hey, that's 85 minutes, Joe.
Oh,
There's an 85-minute interview with Paul Schrader. Audio recording something. There's stuff here. You can go and check that out and pause it later, Joe.
all
Or
right.
you can just Google that shit.
I'll watch that. I'll read that glare.
You like the how it's still in the package?
Yeah.
I also watched it on Tubi today. It got me thinking, why am I even buying this shit now that I have internet that works when it wants to? Sorry, Vinegar Syndrome. Your days of fucking my butt's coming to an end. Wink.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me ask you this, Joe.
Yeah.
What do you think about true love and finding your soulmate?
Well, Tom, I think, you know, it's possible, you know, for anybody. I think anybody can find true love, especially, you know, we were limited, you know, when we were young, my age anyway, was limited like to the people you would meet in like church or at the library, you know. Maybe, a day at the park, you're sitting on a bench, somebody else sits down, needs to, you start talking to them, and maybe you find true love. But now, even what they consider the rejects of society can get on like a dating app or things like that. Did you know, Tom, there's even specialized dating apps for like Christians and farmers? They got their own dating app. And pedophiles. Tom. Father May I 3. This is the third one of these films. Not that they're not movies. These are just films, because this one also has an hour-long runtime. And well, what's been going on with the family, Tom? Well, what are they up to?
So in part 2, we find out that the eldest daughter got knocked up by Uncle Willie in the first one. And in part 2, she says, "Gosh darn it, I'm going to keep this baby."
Papa don't preach. I'm going to keep my baby, as Madonna said.
So part 3, it starts out with, it says, present day, whenever the fuck that is. We see a lady that looks like none of the characters in the movie, and she says, "Hey, I survived stuff, and gosh darn it, you can too." But it took a lot of something, something, and murder to get here. Here's my story. And I guess she's the eldest daughter, like, what, fucking maybe 4 years, 5 years into the future, and she looks like a completely different fucking, why am I even saying this? Like, how dare this shitty not a movie be shitty? How dare they, Joe? So anyways, it's fucking, now it's a flashback for the rest of the movie until the end. And eldest daughter had the baby, and they're moving in with the grandmother, even though in the second one, everybody found out that the grandmother and the son are having sex in each other. And fuck it. Fuck it. The youngest or the middle kid, I don't know, the boy child, he's not there because
Did they explain why he's not there? Because I never caught that.
yeah, he's living with his dad, who I guess got out of prison because he was in prison in the last movie.
Yeah, so he's living with his dad and Smoke.
That's correct.
Okay.
Because they're gay now.
Yeah.
He's got gay in prison, and then Smoke wanted that smoke. I don't know, Joe.
To snort coke off of his ass.
That's correct. So Uncle Willie, he finds fucking love with
Willie seems to be doing okay for himself,
which is fucking odd.
He's got his own fucking house. He's got his own car and shit. And as Tom said, he's got internet service. It probably doesn't freeze or anything.
Lucky duck. All those children and good internet. Fuck. I'm stuck here with you. Anyways, he gets himself a big fat ass pedophile woman, Joe. And I'm just gonna say, it's weird. This movie about fucking being a pedophile, shit has nudity in it. It's fucking the whole series is clumsy and fucking really doesn't know how to fucking handle shit. It's like, oh my God, I picked up a pot out of the fucking oven. Why would I put a pot in the oven? I don't know. I made this movie. And you're just like, oh, it's hot, but I can't let it drop. So you're just trying to keep it up in there. It's like if Rob Zombie was a black woman, this is the movies that would be made, Joe. Jeez Louise. So yeah, fucking he finds a fucking pedophile lady. She's like, "Oh yeah, baby, we just gotta control our urges and shit. That's what it's about. Luckily, you have a micro penis, so it's like I'm blowing a 3-year-old anyways."
Oh, what do you do to control your urges? Yeah, he's still like coming on as a man child, but so
And that's fucking something. The fucking daughter has like a therapy session with her therapist. Hey, therapist, do you think if something traumatic happened to you at that age, you would stay that age? Yep, I think so. Okay. Okay.
yeah, another instance of this movie trying to get deep and trying to oh, oh, I don't know, make some social awareness about some stuff, but doesn't, you know, they just say some lines and move on to the next bullshit, which is Uncle Willie trying to tell his mom, hey, I can't do this shit anymore. She said, yeah, you fucking are.
No,
Oh,
she doesn't say it how she does, Joe.
I don't remember, Tom.
You fuck you, Willie. Come over here and pound this shit. Like she is vulgar. She's like the fucking old dirty mom bitch from Friday the 13th 5 with
who
this
talking to in that voice in my house?
shit's crazy, man. This
Yeah.
this movie, these movies, they're not movies. Again, they're not movies, but god damn is this shit fucking ridiculous and embarrassing.
While the kids are at school, the old granny is watching the baby, the incest baby. And she'll call Uncle Willie over there and says, hey, you can see the baby after you go down on me. And
I was horrified. I thought for sure something was gonna happen. He was like close to the baby and like, oh my little baby. And I was just like, no, this movie probably would do some shit. Please don't fuck. God damn. It was like the most horrified I've been in a movie in a while.
oh,
Luckily,
that the mom is in rehab because she was under the bridge downtown.
yeah, dude, the movie starts out with like the mom crack whoring it up, wearing like a fucking Andre the Giant swimsuit under a bridge, like, oh, party time. I mean, she was sucking meat for coke in the last one, so who knows what. Oh, little Fanny, I'll let you fuck my butt, baby. Oh, that's all right. I got my stuff together now. I went to rehab, and I guess probably shouldn't let bums have unprotected sex with my vagina. But yeah, I was high on crack.
And Willie, he wants to marry this lady, or she wants to marry him. She's in control, you know. And
She's a strong, independent woman,
mm,
Joe.
uh, they go and talk to old grandma, and she not having none of this shit. She's not putting up with anything from this fucking bitch coming into her house.
And then shit just gets fucking crazy like it hasn't already. Because fucking old Willie comes clean with his fiance. Oh, baby, I gotta tell you something. Oh, don't worry, Willie. I'm with you through everything. We both, have sex to, people who knock off coal from the wall. So I'm with you. Oh, I got a kid. Oh, that's nice. Maybe, we can have fun with it when you know, a day after it's born. He's like, well, who's the mom? Oh, it's my niece. Oh, that's gross. What? No. How dare you? How dare you, bitch? How dare you? And it's what are we doing here? Fucking Maya Tori Spelling's niece. It's one of those names. Take one from here and there, and I think that's the lady's name. But come on, what the fuck are we doing here, lady? This is this is fucked. Is this supposed to be like the equivalent of one of those fucking trashy novels you would see at the grocery store back in the day? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is it, Joe?
I don't know, Tom. But Willie, he's fucking had enough. I don't want to ruin the ending for
Just
everybody.
ruined the ending. They ruined the fucking everything.
He kills Mama. He chokes her to death. Old Granny. And but that's okay. You know, he gets arrested and he's out of their lives now. And so is Granny. Their mom's still a fucking crack whore. But, you know, it's okay because now I forgot her name, Letitia was something. She's grown up, and we're back to the beginning of the movie, where she's in the park and she's teaching yoga to two fat chicks there. So things are good now, Tom. You know, she's got through her pain, and she's gonna help others get through theirs.
What the fuck are we doing here, lady?
And then movie again dedicated to that guy that was killed by the cops. So I looked that guy up, you know, after I watched the movie, and he was I don't know, they said he had some problems in his head, you know. And
What does that mean?
I don't know, it could mean anything, you know.
Well, they didn't fucking say in the article he had cuckoo problems in his what did you read?
That he had a disability.
Okay, like a mental disability.
So there was some place that he worked at. He had gotten fired. He went to go drink over there, and
He went to go drink at the place that he worked at?
got fired from. And, you know, sitting there, they asked him to leave. He didn't leave. He went behind the bar, got some bottles, started drinking from the bottles. They called the cops. The cops got there. He still was like not leaving. And then he was walking out. And I guess the bouncer there, or the security there, got in some altercation with him. He had a gun on him.
Who did?
The guy the movie's dedicated to. And it's not clear that he reached for it or whatever, but they shot him. They shot him 5 times, and he's just laying there on the ground for a little bit, and then they shoot him 5 more times. So that's how that went down. And I guess the family was fighting to have the camera footage released for a long time, and they finally released it, but I didn't watch that. But that's what that's all about. And I guess the case and shit's still pending or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds fucked up. I don't know. I wasn't there. I just have what you said. It's especially if he's on the ground and they fucking it's all fucked up. I don't know what to say.
You know, they shot him 5 times. You know, you're pretty much going to die at that point. But, you know, it's excessive to shoot you 5 more times. But, you know, if you're in any kind of situation with the cops and you've got a gun, they're going to kill you. You know, I'm not saying that's justified. It's not. But don't take your guns to town, son. Don't take your guns to town. Yeah, they're looking for an excuse to fucking kill you. You know, and if you got a gun, that's a valid excuse for them.
Yeah, it's shitty situation all around.
But I don't think well, maybe it did help their case by dedicating this movie, because I learned about about what was going on with him, you know. But that's after watching 3 fucking movies. It's okay. You know, no, this trilogy's over. Let me find out what the fuck's up with this guy.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I just couldn't bring myself to, because it's just the whole situation, I'm sure, is fucked up, and I don't want to talk shit about anybody's fucking, you know, it's just like saying cops are fucked is being like, hey, the sky's blue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I can really fucking say on that. And besides, yeah, I guess this is a way to get the message out there. But again, it was handled clumsily, because you should have told us something about what
Right.
happened instead of just dedicated to this dude. Sorry, I forgot your fucking name. That's fucking horrible. But dedicated to this guy who was shot by the cops, and that's it. I mean, information would probably.
Well, when the box set comes out on one of those partner labels, I'm sure it'll have that in the special features. So
Get the 4K refuse Blu-ray.
refuse.
So, Joe, next week.
Next week, Tom, since I thought Peter Boyle was so great hardcore, we're gonna revisit some of his achievements. And we're gonna start out with a movie called Joe.
I was going to watch that today, too. I'm glad I didn't.
And then we're gonna follow that up with a movie called Crazy Joe.
Is that the same one, just retitled?
Nope.
Is it a sequel?
Nope.
Okay.
And
Which one's the one about the guy who's like, I had enough of this stuff. I'm getting a gun. Is that Joe?
Mhm.
Okay.
And Crazy Joe is like a mobster guy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's probably short for Giuseppe.
You son of a bitch.
And then we'll finish it off with the Brinks job.
Brinks?
Brinks. Like Jar Jar Brinks.
Or like those trucks that carry money.
And I was going to add another one to the list, but the running time is pretty fucking long, called Tail Gunner Joe. But I think I'll just watch that one on my own.
You should have just did all the Joe ones.
Who says I didn't?
Oh, fuck.
Joe is on Tubi. Crazy Joe, I believe, is also on Tubi, and the Brinks job is on YouTube.
Can't wait, Joe. Let me ask you this there.
Yeah.
What kind of wackiness has Spider-Man got himself into this month across however many books he has?
3 books, and I'll tell you, the month of February was not a good fucking month for Spider-Man books. In Marvel Team Up 126, he's not even the lead feature. It's fucking old Luke Cage partnered up with Son of Satan, Damian Hellstorm, and that sucks. The backup feature is Spider-Man's teamed up with the Hulk, which is a reprint from some kind of newspaper shit.
Fuck my brother and fuck his livelihood.
Peter Parker.
He picked a pack of pickled peppers because he was a fuck.
Spectacular Spider-Man's number 75, the anniversary issue, Tom. Old Black Cat is back, and turns out she had stolen some fucking detonator that both the Owl and the fucking Doc Ock were after, and she stole it from the Kingpin because he had it. The Owl wanted to use it to blackmail the city and get some money. Dr. Octopus just wants to use it to blow up the city. Fuck the blackmail. Hey, what happened? How did she survive? She fucking drowned, right? Well, remember Dr. Octopus has these underwater labs, Tom. Well, his henchmen were out diving that time, and they fucking saw her and dragged her into his secret base and shit. And finally, she escaped after getting, tentacled quite a few times. And let's see, Spider-Man's, I don't know, fucking Doc Ock fights the Owl and throws the Owl down like I don't know how many stories, so the Owl's left all fucking broken up. His legs were already screwed up. Now the rest of his body is too. Dr. Octopus grabs fucking Black Cat and starts slinging her from wall to wall, beating the shit out of her. Spider-Man pulls off Dr. Octopus's arms. I think he's done this a few times before, and beats up Doc Ock and says, I love her. So he's declared his love for this whore, this thieving whore, Tom. The end. And then, Tom, Old Spider-Man's number. I don't know. We've got. You can see it here. Oh, the fucking Stilt Man. Look at that helmet this dude's got. Stilt.
That'd make a wonderful chair.
Yeah, I got 2 copies of this shit. I don't know why.
Well, then you gotta fucking rip one of them up.
Yeah, this sucks. It's the Stilt Man's just thinking, man, I've had a shitty career or whatever, but I'm gonna give it another go. I beat Spider-Man's once, maybe I'll fucking do better this time. Him and Spider-Man's fight, and Spider-Man saves his life, and the Stilt Man beats Spider-Man again, but decides not to kill him because, well, he just saved me, so fuck it. I'm out of here. So the bad guy gets away in this one. Spider-Man just fucks it all up, Tom. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Well, let me ask you this, Joe.
Yeah.
What album we talking about this week?
We're talking about
Oh shit, everybody. Well, we appreciate you checking out the show. Who do we got in here, Joe? Give a couple shout outs and then we'll head to Fuck Off Island.
Oh, I can't scroll this shit.
All right. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to good old JR. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Pines Vinyl Movies and Books. Shout out to Zulabotomy Lucane. Saying, you know what I'm saying?
Insane.
Hordecast, thank you again.
It's insane.
Damn, insane in the brain.
Yeah. Because it was Zulabotomy, you see.
Oh, shit. Everybody, we appreciate you checking it out. If you like underground music interviews and stuff, go check out the Hordecast. They're a bunch of guys who love each other. So go check that out. Also check out dwnproductions.net. Masks, bus, props, custom work. Let's see, I don't know how many days we got left. Maybe about 5 days to pick up one of these shirts. So fantastic, so fresh, so clean. Pre-order yours now at dwnproductions.net, and they're made by the fine people at fastcustomshirts.com. But you can get some other stuff there too, Joe.
Yeah, you can head on over there and, look through page after page and, put as many in your cart as you want. And then you can go to your cart and say, oh, wait a minute. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. And then keep on, eliminating shit until the price tag is within your budgetary means. And then place that order, baby. Just place that.
Everybody, again, thanks for checking this bullshit out. Hope you have a safe, fucking great week. Hope it's awesome for you. Wrap it up. Play safe. Joe, hit them with it.
With the old boy gal.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to dwnproductions.net and fastcustomshirts.com. Until next time.